Craig, the round one record remains intact, but geez, they gave you some stressful moments. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say stressful, but it was hard watching at times. Like we had a lot of injuries tonight, so it was a real gutsy effort from our blokes, and so it was a very busy box. Deciding on who was going where, and a few guys playing out of position, and so that was tough going. I didn't think our first half was great, to be quite honest. I thought we defended well, but I didn't think we really handled the setbacks too well. But I thought we did the second half, so I think that was the big point for us. And then the last 10-15 minutes, I thought our big guys, see why they get paid the big money, I suppose. I thought they come to the fore there in the last 15 minutes. Yeah,
we get paid big money?
Not you, no, the spine, mate.
Okay.
So I thought that's obviously where we won it, but just being so gutsy through the whole 80 minutes, that was a little bit. I don't think we've been like that as a team probably the last 12 months. So I thought we made some steps forward, in that area, and hopefully we can keep it up.
You talked about the craziness in the box at times in the game. What was going on when you saw Cam Munster come from the field with that hand?
Well, actually, I didn't see him come from the field. I know where he must have had a tunnel under there somewhere, but all of a sudden we seen wishes out there, and then they were saying, it'll probably be 5 minutes, we'll just tape it up, and then it was going to be, it'll be half time, and then we got a message that he won't be coming back on at all. So it was all a bit mixed up there for a while. So so again, I thought he had a really good first stint there before he had to go off, but
How brave was it for him to come back then?
Like I say, I think he broke a bone that's coming out of the skin, so he'll need an operation. So pretty brave, got an injection, they taped it up, and he finished the game for us.
Can you tell us exactly what it is? There's been about 5 different diagnoses since it happened. Is it a compound fracture?
Yes.
Not a compound dislocation?
It's a compound dislocation.
Yes.
There's Dr. Munnings up there, you can do.
Right.
No, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, compound dislocation with a little bit of nail thrown in.
Okay. But are you surprised you went back? They're pretty heavy injuries.
Oh yeah, I wasn't. Again, I'm still not sure exactly what it is, but as I said, there was a bit of confusion there and on how bad it was. But he's obviously got back on there and showed a lot of ticket to go back out there.
Even Craig Bellamy, he sets up a try there by going across, gripping the ball well. Because I imagine when something like that happens, it's probably not that easy to grip the ball or whatever in that situation.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'd imagine he would have had a painkiller in it, so that probably helped him, with the grip of the ball, I'd imagine.
The concern, I guess, is that if he's got to have an operation, that probably means you might be without him for a little while, if that's the case.
Yeah, it could be. Hopefully, he can have it early in the week, and we've got a bit of a longer turnaround here. But I'm not quite sure until I speak to the doctor and our physio.
It'd be something you could ill afford, though. I guess, obviously you've got Pappy and you've got all these injuries that you've had. It's been a pretty rough off season for you guys. So to lose Cam, if you do lose him for a period of time, would be a pretty big blow.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. We'd rather that doesn't happen, but if it does happen, well, someone else will get a chance.
Christian, were you aware of how much pain he was in, or did he show any pain, or did you know what was going on?
It's hard with Munster because there's a bit of GST there sometimes, but to be fair, when he went off, I was thinking, geez, could be in a bit of trouble here. And then at half time, he'd come out very vocal. It's probably the loudest I've seen him, and he just took the reins. And I think good players, great players like that, just gives confidence to the group that they just do their role, and someone like Munster will create something like we saw in that try. So it was a really big effort for him, and I know when he's on the field, the people around him are confident. I think that's what the great players do well.
Christian, it was interesting, Craig said before that it felt like the last 12 months, maybe the steel or the gut, I think you said the gutsiness was gone out of this team. I know you didn't play a lot last year, but did you notice that? Did you think tonight was different?
I don't know. I thought we kept turning out tonight. I thought it was really great. We've obviously got a few out, but the guys that come in and did a fantastic job. So we've worked on that. We want to be a really hungry, aggressive side in our forward pack, and I thought tonight was good. We were probably against one of the premier packs, Junior Polo, and Regan Campbell-Gillard, and I thought the boys really turned up. And even our bench, you know, the really unheralded guys. Bronson Garlics, I think, played 120 New South Wales Cup games, so he's a bit of a mature age debutant. He was awesome. Alec McDonald, you know, another younger guy. Jordan Grant, these guys don't have big names, but they really stepped up tonight, I thought.
Craig, where do you think that went? Why do you think that?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, really, to be quite honest. And, it probably took me a little while to realise it, to be quite honest. You sort of bobbling along, just, sticking to your systems and sticking to your routine. And then all of a sudden you think, we haven't played with that sort of style for a bit, When we get under pressure, we're folding more than fighting, and that's, as Christian said, that's one thing we want to be better at this year, and we've got a lot of new guys in our squad, especially now with the injuries that we've got. But if they keep showing the fight they did tonight, I'm sure we'll be okay.
Craig, you've lost perhaps Justin Olam, Dean Jeremiah. I think Marion Seba as well to long-term injuries. Is Xavier Coates now on that list?
No, about long term, but he'll probably miss a couple of weeks. I think they thought he'd done something to his AC. I think it's his SC. That's a new injury to me in the shoulder. I don't know what the SC is, but and again with Xavier, he played on there for 5 minutes or so. So it was a really gutsy performance by him as well. So I'd imagine he won't be playing for a couple of weeks at best. But hopefully we'll find someone else.
I know you touched on the big players delivering at the end, but just a word on Harry Grant. Like in the past, he's had Brandon Smith. You've had a guy who could deputise, but he played 85 minutes tonight, 58 tackles, and then scores that try.
Yeah.
Is this what the Storm need to get from Harry on a weekly basis?
Yeah, we've always known. Everyone knows how good a player he is. He's an Australian dummy half now, and he's been the Queensland dummy half for a couple of years. But he's had a few injuries over the last couple of years as well. 2 or 3 years, and there for a couple of years, he was behind Cameron obviously, and he went to the Tigers for a year, and just to get a bit of experience, and then he got injured, and Brandon done a great job for us, so Harry come off the bench and whatever. So it's been an interesting ride for him, I suppose. But we know what a quality player he is, and I just thought that for him to keep going tonight too, he got a bump on his medial early, and to stay up there, as you say, make 56 tackles and then score the winning try, and it was a pretty smart try as well. Could have quite easily, the ball hit the ground, it would have been double movement, but again, he's really stepped up over the last 12 months, and we saw the effect on the team that he has out there.